If you like my videos, don't forget to follow me on social media to keep up to date with all the latest news regarding my channel and my content. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe below or at the end of the video. Don't forget to check out my brand new Amazon store, filled with recommendations on Blu-rays, DVDs, books, and other media featured in my videos. G'day guys, Dave Lee coming at you once again from Down Under with another movie review. In today's review, we'll be taking a look at the brand new release from Sony TriStar Pictures, directed by Ridley Scott and starring Michelle Williams, Mark Wahlberg, and Christopher Plummer. Yikes. It is, of course, All the Money in the World. All the Money in the World tells the true story of the 1973 Calabrian mafia kidnapping of John Paul Getty III, and his mother's attempts to persuade his billionaire industrialist grandfather, J. Paul Getty, to pay the ransom. Old, bitter, and incredibly tight with money, Getty refuses to play into the hands of the kidnappers, and a thrilling rescue case is opened. Now, I don't want to say too much more about the movie's plot. While this is based on a true story, I imagine that there's going to be a whole sort of generation of people who aren't too familiar with this story. I, for one, didn't really know too much about the kidnapping of John Paul Getty III, or really anything about the Getty family themselves. Going into the cinema with, I guess, a sort of fresh mind made this incredible crime thriller all the more exciting and gripping. This movie is superbly directed by Ridley Scott, whose pedigree mostly consists of overblown blockbuster epics and science fiction movies. I must say though, this is a very, very welcome movie in the filmography of Scott. And at that, I would probably have to say that next to 2015's The Martian, which I absolutely adored, this would have to be just about Scott's best movie since 2000's Gladiator. Scott handles the material in this movie incredibly well and makes me hope that we will see more movies like this from the director in the future, and also sort of makes me wish we'd seen more like this from him in the past. What makes Scott's directing even more remarkable is his ballsy last-minute decision to completely recast Kevin Spacey in the role as J. Paul Getty after sexual misconduct allegations arose. Spacey had portrayed Getty throughout the entire production of the movie, which at the time of the surfacing allegations had pretty much been completed. I believe that there was a locked off cut of the movie, and the only thing that they were really doing was working on the film's score. To reach the movie's looming release date, Scott, in an effort to salvage his movie, decided to completely recast and reshoot his movie, replacing Kevin Spacey with the iconic Christopher Plummer. As a result, the reshoots ballooned the movie's budget to a further $10 million and took only 9 days, with incredibly quick re-edit to follow. Not only is Scott commendable for his incredibly brave move to completely replace one of his movie's lead stars only 2 months out from release, but so is Plummer for doing something that not all actors could, and that is throwing himself so completely into a character and a performance and delivering a miraculous performance in just under 2 weeks. And take that into account when you realise he's been nominated for a Golden Globe for this performance. In fact, I honestly believe that Plummer's portrayal of Getty is better and more believable than what Kevin Spacey's would have been. If we go back and we look at the released footage or pictures of Spacey in the role, it's very clear that his performance would have been much different. While Spacey is known as a character performer, Plummer is more so a traditional actor who delivers an incredibly realistic performance. This is something that I wouldn't really imagine coming from Spacey, whose portrayal of Getty really looks like it could have been more of a character-driven piece, sort of really stylized and more of a caricature than a realistic performance. Saying that, this is without a doubt one of Plummer's greatest performances ever. And that's saying something because he really has been around forever. This is a guy who's done over 200 movies. And this performance, which once again was pulled together in just under 2 weeks, really shows just how brilliant and talented he is. Aside from Plummer, just about everyone in this movie delivers a really great performance. Michelle Williams is astonishing in this, and likewise delivers a career best performance as Gail Harris, the mother of John Paul Getty III and daughter-in-law of J. Paul Getty. I've been a fan of Williams' work since Dawson's Creek, and it's been a real pleasure to watch her career develop over the last 2 decades. In this, she delivers such a harrowing and defining performance that I feel like it's time for the Academy to finally just hand her that long-awaited Oscar already. Just do it. The woman really deserves it. Mark Wahlberg is also in top form in this. He plays Fletcher Chase. He's Getty's go-to fix-it man and former CIA operative who's brought in to help Harris retrieve her son from Italy. Wahlberg really is a truly great actor, and it's really nice to see him do something like this once in a while, instead of another run-of-the-mill action blockbuster movie, the kind of thing that he's found himself trapped within in recent years. Now, don't get me wrong, I do enjoy those movies. I enjoy just about everything that Wahlberg is in, and he recently delivered fantastic performances in both Patriots Day and Deepwater Horizon. But I feel like Wahlberg in All the Money in the World is a Wahlberg that we haven't seen since perhaps 2010's The Fighter or even 2005's The Departed. He really is fantastic in this movie. One actor, however, that I feel like hasn't been given enough spotlight is French actor Romain Duris, who, funnily enough, plays an Italian in this movie. Duris is a favourite of mine, and he's starred in two of my favourite French movies, Mood Indigo and Populaire. If you haven't seen those movies, go and check them out. In this, he portrays Cinquanta, who is one of Paul Getty's kidnappers, and he delivers a really stirring performance. It's great to see him in an English language movie. I'm not too sure if he's done too many of them in the past, maybe one or two, but I really do hope to see him popping his head up in more Hollywood features in the near future, because this guy is fantastic. All the Money in the World features stunning cinematography from Dariusz Wolski, who gives gorgeous views of the Italian landscape that you really just want to sink into. The movie is smart, exhilarating, and gripping from beginning to end, and even though its 130-minute runtime is probably just a tad too long, I never really found myself bored in this movie or uninterested at all. I really was on the edge of my seat the entire movie, and I feel like that was sort of helped along by my unfamiliarity with the story. If you do know the story, if you're familiar with what happened in this case, or maybe the movie won't be as exhilarating as it was for me, but it really is still a fantastic movie, and if this case does interest you, it definitely is a must-see. In my books, All the Money in the World is an easy 4.5 bundles of cash out of 5. While I do believe that this movie still would have been great with Spacey in the role, Scott's daring and Plummer's show of incredibly defiant talent really do earn this movie an extra half a star. Thank you once again to my wonderful new friends over at Village Roadshow for providing me with in-season passes to check out this movie. The movie is, of course, in cinemas everywhere now. It's fantastic, and I recommend that everyone go and check it out. It really is great. And at that, thank you for joining me for this movie review. If you have enjoyed this review and you'd like to see some more, then please, at the end of the video, hit that big old subscribe button in the middle of your screen and give me some support. To all my regular viewers out there, thank you once again for joining me. To absolutely everybody, don't forget to hit that like button down below. It does a great deal in getting my videos out there. And look, I hope I'll see you all again soon. Until next time though, guys, take care and hope you have a wonderful day.